Hi Peas, Paige Evans here to show you how to make a milestones themed inspired layout. And I was inspired by the beautiful spring colors in the April mood board as well as all of the clouds. I made a layout about my daughter Jane's first birthday. That's a pretty big milestone. So I used a bunch of elements that are my signature style, I think, 6x6 paper pads, a punch, my silhouette, and lots of repetition with small pieces of pattern paper. So I'll show you how I made this layout. First, I grabbed 6x6 paper pads. I love pattern paper pads because the patterns are smaller scale and I feel like I'm not wasting a whole 12 by 12 piece of paper. So I'm just using this Fiskars Cloud Punch and I'm going through all of these paper pads and I'm finding colors that match the April mood board and I'm just punching a cloud. So put on a movie and punch away. And then once I have all of the clouds punched, I take a picture because I like seeing all the pretty patterns together. And then I'm going to sort them into piles based on their color. So I've got my pile of blue, aqua, orange, yellow, red, 2 shades of pink, and green. When I punched these clouds, I went for more subtle patterns where it was just a single color pattern. Once in a while I punched a piece of paper that had more than one color on it. Mostly I just tried to stick to the solid colors. So I'm just sorting. And this is going to help me create the rainbow ombre effect easier to have them sorted into these piles. Maybe you could get your kids involved in this part. Have them help you sort them and learn their colors. My kids were taking a nap while I was filming this, so no help from them today. That's okay. They help me a whole bunch other times. Okay, got them all sorted. It's a beautiful rainbow. Grabbed this blue piece of cardstock from American Crafts. It's my favorite brand of cardstock. And I'm just going to start placing these clouds in rainbow order, starting at the top of the page and working my way down. So right now I am just trying to figure out the placement of everything, and then I'll go back and put a little tiny glue dot on each cloud. For a second I thought about stitching around each cloud because I think that would bring in some awesome texture, but that would have taken hours, so maybe next time. That green paper that I just tossed aside was a little bit too dark for this. These are more bright colors, so use it on a different project. So I'm just going in order. Got red, pink, orange, yellow, green, the darker aquas, the light blues, and I have some punches left over, and I thought about just putting a few more down below, but I ended up not using them. I've stuck them all down with glue dots, and now I've chosen these 3 adorable pictures of Jane eating her birthday cupcake, and it was purple. I designed these birthday girl cut files in Adobe Illustrator and then die cut them with my Silhouette Cameo. I listed the fonts in the supplies below, in case you're interested. The one I used, the font is called Soy Milk. So now I'm embellishing, and my favorite way to embellish is to just create texture on are with matching colored embellishments, so I'm putting pink buttons on pink clouds, green buttons on green clouds, etc. And I'm slipping these embellished paper clips also onto matching colored clouds. And this just helps draw the eye all around the page and create some fun texture and dimension. And who doesn't love buttons? Because I sure do love buttons. It looks better on this one. And I thought about putting this clip, but it didn't really match, so calling it good. Trimming the clouds, the excess clouds from the back. Now it's just about adding the little details. So I'm dropping some matching colored Mr. Huey spray mist all across the layout. And I'm using a white Uniball Signo pen. This is my favorite brand of white pen. Goes on smoothly, and it really stands out, especially against darker backgrounds. Kind of blends in down here, but I wanted to use white instead of black because I think black would have stood out too much. You can read my journaling in the comments below. Nothing too personal. I always like to stamp my layouts with the date so I can put them in chronological order when I file them away. So her birthday is July 28th. And since I am using black, I want to stamp it on the darkest cloud so it blends in a little bit. So there's that dark blue cloud. I'm just going to stamp it right there. And here is the completed layout. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.